Flight Lt Scott Goodier is one of the legendary few. A frontline fighter pilot with the RAAF who has now become a test pilot. Sadly, the Dassault Mirage he is flying is due to be phased out of service and replaced by the FA-18 Hornet. But even after 24 years of RAAF service, the Mirage is still an impressive aircraft and a great plane to fly.
Scott, I've got to ask you, any similarity between the movie and Top Gun and what you do with this aircraft?
A lot of people ask that. In fact, the flying sequences in the movie are fairly close to life. The workload in the cockpit and both pilots being fairly frantic is basically what will happen in air combat. I've got to admit the tactics in the actual movie are more for the camera than actually what would really happen, but for a person who's never really experienced it, it's fairly true to life.
How did you become a fighter pilot?
Well, first of all, basically I started with a love of flying. Applied to join the Air Force, basically to fly, did a 12-month pilot's course, lucky enough to get sent to a fighter squadron for 3 years. And then I chose to take a postgraduate course and become a test pilot, and that's what I am flying as now, a test pilot. And you see that the orange and white colours are not really operational type colours, but for test flying they're sort of very, very visible. So that's why we painted up that colour, to make it highly visible for trial tasks.
How stressful it is flying aircraft like this? Is it a stress game?
It is stressful. Like most of my sorties may only range between 0.8 to 1 hour, but in that 1 hour I'm working very hard the whole time on most of the sorties I fly, and I'll come back wrung out basically.
What's it like up there when you're doing all those aerobatics?
Oh, it's great. I love it. I really do.
I take it you don't have a big meal before you go up?
In fact, it's funny, you've got to eat something, otherwise I find that it's far more difficult to fly. But no, I don't have a big meal, no.